Welcome everybody to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Weekly. Brandon Vickery with you. Glad to be joined via Zoom by the head coach of Valpo basketball program, Matt Loddick. It's an exciting time of year as we get you ready for Arch Madness. As always, Valpo Basketball Weekly is brought to you by our friends at Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. And before we talk about the conference tournament, let's talk about all conference awards. 3 of your players honored with postseason awards that came out earlier today. Ben Crickey named the All-MVC third team, Kobe King to the all-newcomer team, and Preston Reedinger to the all-freshman team. When you think about those 3 and what they've meant to your team this season, what's it like to see them get those postseason honors?
I think I'll just talk a little bit about each of them individually. Starting with Ben. Ben's the type of player that really you can rely on a lot and can really kind of be the backbone of a program. And watching him every single day with the work ethic, and obviously dealing with injury to start the year, and then coming in here and having to play a lot of different positions based on the injuries that we've had to some frontline guys. So he's been a power forward for us. He's been a center, and we've asked him to do a ton, and he never complains. He always shows up ready to work with a good attitude, and I couldn't think of someone that just embodies Valpo basketball more than Ben Crickey. And Kobe King, unbelievable that a young man could take 16 months off and be as effective as he's been. And what I'm seeing, my wife told me after the Bradley game, she goes, "Man, it just seems like Kobe's keeps getting better and better and better." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think you take a little rust off from 16-month hiatus there, and you're going to start to improve." So we're hopeful, we can get him another year. We'll be petitioning here the NCAA, but he's been great, and it's been really impressive just to watch him compete and have success, and considering his situation. And finally, Preston, again, another young man that based on injuries, we had to pull his red shirt 11 games in, and he's been thrust into a really old league as a starting point guard, and been able to have a lot of success. And so I'm glad he got recognized. And it's not a year that a lot of freshmen are playing a lot of minutes, and Preston's been able to, in a short amount of time, show that he belongs.
Let's talk about senior night that happened in the game on Wednesday. I thought it was nice to recognize a 4-year player in the program, in Aaron Gordon, someone who's played every game over the last 3 seasons, been in the program 4 years, and certainly the other one-year players in Kevion Taylor and Trevor Anderson as well. What was it specifically like to celebrate Aaron Gordon on Wednesday?
Well, Aaron is really a young man that I like a lot. I really enjoyed getting to know him in recruiting, and then having him here. I mean, he's always someone that comes in, with a smile on his face. And again, another guy that has had a lot of different roles here at Valpo. And most recently, we've asked him to play point guard. We've had some injury at the point guard position. He's had to come in, step in, and do it. And again, doesn't complain. And so we ask our guys to be everyday people, right? Be everyday guys, show up, what's going on, be everyday guys. And he's able to do that. And he's able to do it with a smile on his face. And we're going to miss Aaron a lot. And but he'll be around the program for a long time.
2,000th point that night for Kevion Taylor. What does it mean to see someone reach 2,000, and what has the transition been like? How easy has he made it look from Division II to Division I?
I mean, he's, again, you never really know, what that transition is going to be like. There's a lot more length. There's obviously a lot more speed. But when you can score, you can score. And, he can score in a lot of variety of ways, but back to the basket, score on the perimeter, score off the bounce. The thing that, I've been really impressed with from day one, he's been an extremely hard worker. I mean, there's not a day that goes by that you're not going to see that young man in the gym. That's pretty special. The other thing that, you talk about 2,000 points. Just to put that in perspective, that's 20 points for 100 games. I mean, that is really hard to do. And the other thing that people should know that they might not is he only played 13 games last year because of COVID. And so it's not this, he's a 5th-year guy. No, he didn't really even have a full season last year. So super special, and a young man that we are extremely happy they decided to come here.
Touch on the game on Saturday at Bradley. You've had a chance to look at the film. What do you need to improve from that game going into the conference tournament this week?
Well, I thought, again, I just thought our depth was really challenged. One of the things that we asked Ben to do in that game was, play a lot of minutes. I don't know, what was it, Brandon, our 5th game in like 9 days? Was that what it was? Something crazy like that. And Ben had played about 36, 37 minutes at the 5 in all those games. And so, Bradley, they pride themselves on being big and physical. And I thought that their physicality and their depth, got to us. And it wasn't until really the second half that we were able to kind of shake it and move forward. They have a very good home court advantage. They are a very good team at home. And I told our guys that coming in, I said, this is a really hard place to play and to win. And they love their basketball down in Peoria. Maybe not as much as they love it in Valparaiso, but and they're a good team. They're a very good team, and we need to play better. But again, we just had practice, just finished with it. And, one of the things that, the coaches, we kind of all meet before we meet with the team to final breakaway. And it was a good spirited, high energy practice and getting ready for tourney time. So we're excited about it.
And what's the energy like that comes with the opportunity of the conference tournament? And maybe what's the excitement like around the team to get that chance, especially given what happened 2 years ago when you were the 7th seed? Just what type of energy is there going into St. Louis this week?
There's just, there's great energy. There's a little bit of like maybe nervous energy, excited energy. You're going down there and you got to play well. And if you play well, you'll advance. And if you don't, you won't. And but our guys got, one goal in mind. And so we're going to go down there and, we're going to play a team that, has played us tough. It just feels like we just played them, which is true. We did just play them. And we know they're a senior team. It's going to be a tough game. If we win that, then we got to, play Mo State, who's an ultra talented team. And so it'll be interesting. We're excited though.
There he is, the head coach of the Valpo basketball program, Matt Loddick. His team plays at 8:30 p.m. in St. Louis in the opening round of the conference tournament against Evansville on Thursday night. You can come out to St. Louis, or if not, you can watch on television. All the coverage information available on social media and on valpoathletics.com. This is Brandon Vickery. This has been Valpo Basketball Weekly, and it's brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.